The maker coin I managed to do in Design Spark Mechanical. So it looks pretty good. I managed to get it done almost correctly except for the text, which we'll get to in a second. But the thing about this software is it is sketch based, so you do a sketch and you can do things to it, but it's not parametric. You can't go back to that sketch and edit it. It's direct modeling. So you can push, pull, modify surfaces as you go along, and you can undo obviously, but you can't go back in time with a feature tree as such. There's no functionality like that in Design Spark. The interface for Design Spark Mechanical feels a little bit outdated and a little bit confusing if you're coming from software like SolidWorks or Fusion 360. It's still sketch based, so for example I go to sketch mode and then I can draw, for example, a rectangle on the y-x plane here. There's all sorts of relations that you might be familiar with, like coincident, you've got tangential and that sort of thing. So you can do a lot of very accurate measured drawing in Design Spark, and then when you're done, this is where you might get a bit confused. So you're looking for like an extrude or revolve function, but instead you have this thing called pull. And with pull, it can do a pull direction, which is an extrude, or it can revolve, or you can even sweep if you have a guide curve to sweep the object. For example, I could turn this square into a cube, or I could revolve it. So for example, I select revolve, select the object, and then the rotation, and then revolve it. Or you can do a combination of both. So I can do an extrude like this, pull the object out, say pull it out 10, and then I can select revolve, choose that face, choose the axis I want to revolve it around, and then revolve it like that. So it's pretty cool and intuitive in that regard, but I don't like the fact you can't go back and then change the sketch to update it. It's lacking that functionality, which in my eyes makes it quite limited. However, if you know exactly what you want to do, then creating something like the maker coin is quite simple. I just did a sketch with a revolve, and then I did a cutout here for the edge of the coin, and then I patterned that around, and then doing a fillet, no problem at all. But doing text in Design Spark is really bad. It's essentially a hack. All the tutorials show how to do it, but you basically use dimensioning tools. So this is a dimensioning tool to select different areas of the sketch like that, and you get text this way. And then you project this text into the geometry, and then you can use that to do an extrude. And it's a really dodgy way of doing it, and the reason that it's backwards is because I projected it off this back plane, so the text is facing the wrong way, and you can't change it in any way. You have to make sure you're projecting in the right direction to do it right. So it's not a great way of doing text, so I don't like that. However, if you're okay with the direct modeling style in Design Spark, then give it a go. It's free and it downloads to the computer, so you don't need an internet connection for it to work. And next we have 3D Builder. Yep, bet you didn't see that one coming. If you have Windows 10 or 11, then you have 3D Builder built in right now, and this is a really important program to know about because it can do a lot of useful things for 3D printing. Not only does it have a really powerful file repair functionality, where you can dump your file in and it will actually repair bad meshes to make them suitable for 3D printing, but you can actually model basic things in 3D Builder. And I never really thought about it until I came across a random video on YouTube where someone was doing their model in this software, and it's basic, but it did the job. If you want a 3D model in 3D Builder, it's very similar to Tinkercad, in which you start with primitives, then you change their dimensions, then you can add or
Estuve. Y sería cool para enseñarlo después.
No funcionó.
¿Qué cosa?
Mi ajuste.
¿Y
Me
qué te
dijeron
dijo?
que, o sea, lo que hice fue como restablecer ajuste, pero ni siquiera sé como tal de un restablecer. Entonces me dijo que, desde un principio me dijo, si no funciona, tendrías que restablecer los ajustes de original.
No,
Pero
eso
no,
es paja, eso es paja. Eso...
me dijo que si no me comunicara los soportes.
or subtract them to make more complex shapes. You can drag in existing STL files that you might have already, where you want to modify them, or you can start from scratch with some primitives built in. So for the maker coin, this is actually, if you think about it, a torus with the outside shape, and then you've got that cut in the top. We revolve it, but it's actually just a sphere with the right dimensions cutting in, and then you've got those cutouts which are cylinders around the outside. And by doing that, you can end up with this, which is our maker coin. Now, it doesn't have any fillets or anything because, well, this is not a CAD program. Let me stress that. 3D Builder will not replace a proper CAD software. It just won't. It's fantastic for quickly modifying STL files or creating very simple objects. And I do really like the built-in ability to emboss or deboss text. Like, I mean, this does it really well, but Design Spark Mechanical can't, go figure. But this is not a CAD program. But for simple things, it might suit you perfectly, and it's built in right there in Windows 10 and 11, ready to go. It's lightweight, it's easy to use, and
Sí, sí, yo, o sea, yo pico las medidas que tú das, que tú diste, y el resto trato de llevármelos unos buenos pedazos también, o sea, si queda, trato de llevarme unos buenos pedazos y listo, pues.
You know, it kind of does the job, so maybe it'll do it for you as well. Alrighty, what do we have next? FreeCAD with an asterisk. This is FreeCAD, and I know this is going to upset a lot of people, but despite FreeCAD being an open source parametric 3D modeling program, I can't use it. I've never been able to use it. The navigation is just so foreign to me despite having years of CAD experience. Just starting a sketch on a plane in the part design workflow, I don't know how it works. That all changed with Onzul, which is a modified version of FreeCAD done by a company. So it takes this and turns it into this. And in my opinion, this has revolutionized the accessibility of FreeCAD. Yes, it is a company, so now it's no longer completely open source, but it is free unless you want additional functionality that you don't need as an individual. And it's made it so much easier to use FreeCAD. So if you've given FreeCAD a go before and you couldn't get it to work, like you just couldn't navigate it, give Onzul a go, because this has changed my opinion of the whole software suite, and I was able to do a really, really funky maker coin using it. So you fire up Onzul and it says, what do you want to do? So I want to do a standard part, and then it goes into this workspace, which is FreeCAD. It's just been modified with a slightly different user interface. So from here, it's got this task bar at the side, and it's really intuitive. It says, what do you want to do? So I want to create a sketch. All right, create a sketch. What plane do I want to create that sketch on? I want to create it on the XZ plane for the side of the revolve. And in the sketch workflow, you're greeted with a lot of familiar functionality. So you have the different kinds of sketches. So I can draw a line from here to here. I can draw another line here to here. I can drop an arc in, so like here to here. I can drop another one in from here to here. And then you can drop in your relations. So I can do a tangential constraint, and then I can constrain this arc with this one, this line with this arc. And it's really intuitive. There's a little pop-up.
¿Quieres sacar el salchichón?
No, es que mi hermana necesita un favor. Me está diciendo que es mi cuñado, o sea, el hermano de
pop-ups telling you what to do. So coming from Fusion 360, I had very little issues adapting to this user interface. But here's one I prepared earlier. This is the maker coin that I did in the Onzul version of FreeCAD. The rotation's a little bit weird. You hold down, I might change this, but you hold down the scroll wheel and then click to orbit around the object. It's a little bit strange, don't really like that. However, really cool thing, here on the left-hand side, you can see we have a feature tree. So we can go back at any time to change our original sketches. So I can go back in, change the original sketch I did for that revolve and say, okay, well I want this to be 8 millimeters. The rotation's a little bit weird in the estudia function plane. If you're given FreeCAD a go before, this funky maker coin using it. So, version of FreeCAD done by a company. So it takes this and turns it into this. And in my opinion, this has revolutionized the accessibility of FreeCAD. Yes, it is a company, so now it's no longer completely open source, but it is free unless you want additional functionality that you don't need as an individual. And it's made it so much easier to use FreeCAD. So if you've given FreeCAD a go before and you couldn't get it to work, like you just couldn't navigate it, give Onzul a go, because this has changed my opinion of the whole software suite, and I was able to do a really, really funky maker coin using it. So you fire up Onzul and it says, what do you want to do? So I want to do a standard part, and then it goes into this workspace, which is FreeCAD. It's just been modified with a slightly different user interface. So from here, it's got this task bar at the side, and it's really intuitive. It says, what do you want to do? So I want to create a sketch. All right, create a sketch. What plane do I want to create that sketch on? I want to create it on the XZ plane, the side of the revolve. And in the sketch workflow, you're greeted with a lot of familiar functionality. So you have the different kinds of sketches. So I can draw a line from here to here. I can draw another line here to here. I can drop an arc in, so like here to here. I can drop another one in from here to here. And then you can drop in your relations. So I can do a tangential constraint, and then I can constrain this arc with this one, this line with this arc. And it's really intuitive. There's little pop-ups telling you what to do. So coming from Fusion 360, I had very little issues adapting to this user interface. But here's one I prepared earlier. This is the maker coin that I did in the Onzul version of FreeCAD. The rotation's a little bit weird. You hold down, I might change this, but you hold down the scroll wheel and then click to orbit around the object. It's a little bit strange, don't really like that. However, really cool thing, here on the left-hand side, you can see we have a feature tree. So we can go back at any time to change our original sketches. So I can go back in, change the original sketch I did for that revolve and say, okay, well I want this to be 8 millimeters in diameter, right? And that's update that, and then close the sketch. And there you go, it's updated perfectly. Well, not quite perfectly, where I have the text needs to be punched up higher, but again, I can go in and change that. And that's just a taste of the functionality within the Onzul branch of FreeCAD. You can do full assemblies. There's functionality for online collaboration and that sort of thing, cloud things. I'm not interested in that. If you are, then it might be a very viable alternative to something like Onshape or Fusion 360. But for me, just this functionality alone is groundbreaking for a free program. And the export options in this software are wonderful. So if you go to File, I'll select the model first, Body, File, Export. You can see just how many different options we have for export. I'm gonna move that out of the way. So many. We can export all these crazy different formats. Most modern slicers can import step files now, which is fantastic. So you can go down here and then export as a step. No worries. But don't rush out and download this version of FreeCAD right away. I do have a few small complaints, and there's a few caveats to it. Complaint number 1, doing the text is very possible, but kind of annoying. You have to navigate manually to the font file. Like, there is no drop down of fonts. You have to go find them on your system, which is very strange to me because they'd be the same place on every Windows system. But yeah, you have to navigate to it. Maybe it's because it's, you know, open source and it can be used in different operating systems. I'm not sure, but you do need to go do that, and it's a little bit clunky. Another possible gotcha with Onzul is the fact that it is a private company building on open source software. So what they offer could change at any point, and at the end of the day, they need to recoup their investment, so they might change what you get when you get the software. So currently, for free, you get the CAD suite and it works offline. So you can download that right now, fantastic. But if you want anything else, like the ability to upload large amounts of files and collaborate with other people, you have to start paying. You pay very little, $10 a month right now, all the way up to, enterprise versions with all sorts of crazy stuff. But this could change at any time, so just be aware of that. But it's, in my opinion, a very small gotcha. I totally understand that a lot of people are upset with open source software being co-opted by private companies, but I'm really sorry. The version as it stands of FreeCAD right now isn't usable. In my opinion, this makes it usable, coming from something like SolidWorks or Fusion 360, and hey, it's free, so I'm all for it. Alright, we're about halfway there. Next up, we have Blender. Bet you didn't see this one coming, but it's not the Blender you think it is. It's Blender with an add-on called CAD Sketcher. Blender has to be by far one of the most famous and popular free 3D modeling suites out there. It's completely open source, community supported, and it's been used for so many different applications. Originally it was for 3D animation, then it slowly became more useful for 3D modeling for game design and that sort of thing, and now more and more useful for 3D printing as well. But I would say the most of the functionality out of Blender is more suitable for artistic use and applications that don't need precise measured drawing, because the software just doesn't really offer that out of the box. However, I came across an add-on for Blender that changes all of that, and for someone like me who likes to do sketch-based modeling, changed everything, and it's called CAD Sketcher. CAD Sketcher brings measured drawing into Blender, and it's fully parametric, which means you can go back into your sketch, update it, and then the model will update to suit. It is really funky. It's really early days, but CAD Sketcher already shows so much promise, and I was able to pretty much make this maker coin with very little issue, except for a few caveats that we'll talk about. So here I've got my maker coin in Blender, and all the geometry you see, except for the text, has been created using CAD Sketcher. So here we have a little add-in navigation folder called Sketcher. When you install the add-on, there's a full walkthrough on how to do it, and there's heaps of tutorials for CAD Sketcher, which is wonderful. I'll link many in the description below. But what's really neat is this, for example, I go into this original sketch for my revolve. I can edit that, and then let's navigate to look at it. The big thing going between all these CAD programs is like the navigation hotkeys are all different. It's really frustrating. Anyway, cool. So here you can see the profile for that revolve. And you notice it looks very familiar. It's like most other measured drawing in other software. You've got your dimensions. So for example, this is 10 millimeters in diameter. You've got little constraints there, that little tangential constraint. We've got little here like vertical and horizontal constraints. And these are all created as entities and dimensions here that you can navigate through in the sketching workflow. So for example, if I need to dimension this outer curve of the maker coin, you see it's currently not dimensioned, but everything updates very, very nicely with it. I can just go to diameter and then select it, and then it drops in a diameter. And then here on the right-hand side, I can select that diameter, and I can change it to whatever I want. So like 8, updates to 8, or I can change it to 10, which is where it should be. And you go around and measure and can fully constrain your drawing like this. And then when you're done, you can assign it as a different entity. So for example, I assign it as a mesh. And then if I have that sketch selected, this is when the Blender side takes over. So Blender works with what's known as modifiers. So these will apply an effect to the geometry. And the really neat thing about modifiers is that they're not permanent until you bake them in. You can go through and change these at any time to update your model until you're done and you're happy and you can export it. So for example, this sketch starts with a screw modifier, which is essentially the Blender's version of a revolve. So for example, it's got 360 degrees there, make it 180. And then it's broken a few things, but that's okay. You can see here, it's only 180 there. So, okay, we want to complete it, so 360. Like that. Sweet. Then I've got that other sketch for that cutout on the side of the maker coin. Again, that's measured at 14 millimeters. I could change that to, I don't know, 10, maybe. And then update that. and then everything updates, and that sketch there has been Boolean differenced from the original MakerCoin. So a lot of these terms might seem familiar if you're coming from other CAD programs, and really it's not too difficult to learn. So for a lot of simple parts where you've got arrays of holes and simple geometry, very, very usable. I would recommend giving CAD Sketcher a go. But the issue here is if you want to do anything more crazy, like if I want to fillet this MakerCoin, well then you have to start breaking geometry. So what you have to do is you need to bake those modifiers to create a final shape, and then you have to modify that baked geometry. I don't know if that's the right term, but essentially you cannot apply a fillet to this. Blender will let you do fillets, it's a different modifier and different workflow, but it's back to its more traditional workflow of working with a solid object and modifying it to suit. You can't really have the parametric functionality that CAD Sketcher gives you if you want to use those features. In terms of the export quality from Blender, you do need to export as a mesh, so as a STL for example, and you'll notice at the top of the MakerCoin has these facets. Now again, those are the triangles I mentioned, and Blender exports will have those triangles because it's a mesh-based workflow. But for example, I'm going into screw here, I noticed that I've only got 16 steps, and that would be the 16 steps you can see here. So I could increase this to have higher detail, but obviously the more triangles you shove into the model, the higher the larger the file size, and the more intensive it is to work on the model in the software. So do keep that in mind. So I'd say CAD Sketcher is absolutely perfect if you already use Blender, but you want to add some measured drawing CAD style capability to your workflow, because it is really, really neat. And you can download it from Gumroad. It is free. Everything in this list is free, but throw the guys a few bucks. It's...
¿Cómo?
¿Tienes clase?
Ah,
¿No has clase?
sí, ya lo envié.
¿Quieres un manicito?
No, no.
Este está muy grande.
Buen provecho. Buen provecho. Hola, hola, bienvenidas Tessa y Mireili, ¿qué tal están? Un saludo. Bienvenidas, bienvenidas. ¿Sí me escuchan? Hola, hola. Vamos a ir comenzando por aquí. A ver. Vamos a ir iniciando. Mi audio está fallando. Ah, ok. No te preocupes. Yo espero igual que cualquier cosa. Estoy pendiente. ¿Vale? Vamos a ir intentando iniciar cualquier cosa. Si pueden ir activando el audio, pues muchísimo mejor. Ok, mire, vale, se mete el dispositivo y ahorita empiezas hablando. Okay.
Hola, ¿me escucho?
Hola Teresa, bienvenida a la clase. ¿Qué tal estás?
Es la cuenta de mi mamá.
Ah, ¿cómo te llamas?
Paola.
Ok, Paola, bienvenida. ¿Y vas a ver la clase?
Perdón.
¿Vas a ver la clase ahorita?
Sí.
Ok, vas a ver la clase tú, ok. Recuerda que para nosotros dar clases a adolescentes tenemos dos políticas principales. La primera es tiene que estar un adulto presente contigo, que esté a cargo, y la segunda es que la cámara también va encendida, ¿ok? Fíjate si tienes ahí alguna persona ya que pueda ver la clase contigo.
Sí.
Ok, excelente, y también lo de la cámara, ¿vale? Más que nada es para ir viendo cómo te desarrollas, te desenvuelves en el tema de las clases, ¿ok? Exactamente. Entonces, un saludo Teresa, excelente. Y bienvenida también a esa tulipán. un saludo, bienvenida. ¿Sí me escucha? Esa tulipán.
Sí.
Hola, excelente, bienvenidos. Ok. Perfecto, vamos a ir comenzando entonces. Okay, mi nombre es Adán, yo voy a ser su teacher por esta hora de clase y lo que vamos a ver es bien sencillo, ¿sí? Vamos a estar haciendo una demostración de cómo serían las clases normales y cómo sería la dinámica de grupo. Entonces, ¿tienen alguna pregunta antes de comenzar?
No.
¿No? ¿Todo claro? Vamos a intentar iniciar por acá, ¿ok? Entonces,
Ok.
empiezo de la siguiente manera. ¿Ya habían tomado de casualidad clases de inglés? Puede ser aquí o en otra academia.
En la escuela,
Ok, en la escuela. Vale. Vamos a ver entonces en qué podemos ayudar por allí. Ajá, bienvenida Mireli también. Un saludo. ¿Qué tal?
hola,
¿Sí me
mucho gusto.
escuchas? Excelente.
Sí,
Bienvenidas. Ok, bueno, todos tienen representante por allí, ¿no? Bueno, está bien. Mireille, si tienes a la persona por allí, si puede poner la mano así, por lo menos, un momento. Un momento. Mireille, de casualidad, ¿no eres adolescente?
no.
Ok. Entonces vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a colocarte aquí. Ok, déjenme ver algo porque ¿por qué te colocaron aquí? Si las clases eran para adolescentes a esta hora. Bueno, debe ser que la otra está llena, entonces ya. Ok, vamos a intentar dar la clase de la siguiente manera. Igual cualquier cosa, les explico en un momento cómo es que vamos a desarrollarnos en un momento, ¿ok? Ok, primero que nada, vamos a comenzar entonces por la primera estructura. Ok, vamos a intentar verla de la siguiente manera. Voy a compartir mi pantalla y se debe estar pudiendo ver en este momento. Ustedes me avisan cuando la puedan ver, ¿ok? ¿Sí la pueden ver ya?
Yo sí.
Ok.
Sí, sí se puede ver.
Entonces, lo primero que vamos a explicar, ya que no han tenido clases anteriormente, tienen conocimiento ya de los sujetos, I, you, he, she, it, they y we. ¿Ya los conocen a todos?
Sí.
Esa dice que sí, es tulipán. ¿Cuál es su nombre, por cierto, de esa tulipán?
Renata.
Ok, Renata, muy bien. Así te puedo llamar por tu nombre. Vale, Mireille, ok. Ok, entonces, ¿ya los conocen todos? ¿Ya saben lo que significa cada uno de ellos? Sí, dice Mireille, ok, Renata también, interesa. Ok, vamos entonces a explicar lo siguiente. Si yo quiero decir yo he comido pizza, ¿cómo lo harían en inglés? ¿Alguna idea? Adelante, Mireille.
Sería I have eaten pizza.
Exactamente. I have eaten pizza, ¿ok? Entonces, la forma en la que lo hacemos, para nivelar un poco el nivel de la sala, de la clase, viene siendo la siguiente. Colocamos el sujeto, ¿ok? Para hacer una oración de cosas que han sucedido en el pasado. Entonces utilizamos la estructura del presente perfecto, ¿ok? Eso es más que nada un nombre, tómenlo como guía, no como otra cosa. Vamos a dejarlo allí por un momento, pero igual vamos a estar trabajando más bien con esta interpretación y con esta fórmula. El sujeto más el have o el has, ¿ok? Que viene siendo el ¿ok? El has, hemos, han. Y luego le vamos a colocar el verbo, ¿ok? La acción, en este caso comido, pero en su forma de participio. Eso quiere decir que termina en ado, en ido, en to, so y cho, ¿ok? O sea, comprado, por ejemplo, comido, ¿ok? Escrito y así sucesivamente. Entonces, en este caso es comido, pero si yo quiero decir, por ejemplo, yo he trabajado, ¿ok? También en inglés tendría una forma diferente. No es solo decir work, tenemos que decir worked, ¿ok? Y eso sería I have worked. Entonces, vamos a intentar ir haciendo una lista de oraciones de ejemplo para que entiendan cuándo se usa el have y cuándo se usa el has. En este caso, el I siempre lleva have, ¿ok? El you va a usar have también. You have worked. Tú has trabajado. They have worked. Ellos han trabajado. We have worked. Nosotros hemos trabajado. She utiliza el has. She has worked. He has worked. Y por último, it has worked. ¿Ok? Para ella ha trabajado, él ha trabajado y eso ha trabajado respectivamente. Vamos a intentar seguir haciendo unas listas acá de oraciones. Por ejemplo, Renata, ¿cómo dirías? Nosotros hemos dormido temprano, ¿ok? ¿Cómo dirías eso en inglés? Renata.
We have sleeping.
Slept, en este caso.
Ay, no sé cómo se dice temprano.
Early, ¿vale? We have slept early. ¿Lo repites en inglés?
Sí, we have slept early.
¿Qué significa en español?
Nosotros hemos dormido temprano.
Exactamente. Vamos a intentar otra, por ejemplo, si yo voy con Teresa. Teresa, ella ha ella ha leído mi libro, ¿ok? Entonces, leído sería read. ¿Cómo lo dirías en inglés?
She has read my book.
Correcto. Vamos a ver con mi Deiji una vez más. Por ejemplo, él ha corrido en el maratón.
Es he has run.
Run, muy bien.
Maratón.
Ajá. In the marathon.
Okay. In the marathon.
¿Lo repites en inglés?
He has run in the marathon.
Very good. ¿Y en español sería?
Él ha corrido un maratón.
En
el maratón.
Exactamente. Vamos a intentar otra vez. Vamos a ver con Renata, por ejemplo, yo he medido la pieza, ¿ok? Medido sería measured, ¿ok? ¿Cómo lo dirías en inglés?
I have measured the
sería de piece, ¿ok? ¿Vale?
Okay.
¿Lo repites en inglés? I have measured the piece.
I have measured the piece.
¿Qué significa en español?
Yo he medido la pieza.
Muy bien, intentemos otra ronda por Teresa. Teresa, ella ha corrido en el parque. ¿Cómo sería en inglés?
She has run in the park.
Ok, she has run in the park. Muy bien, lo hiciste rápido, lo hiciste bien. Vamos a pasar a Mireille una vez. Por ejemplo, yo he llamado a mi mamá.
Call to my mom.
Ok, podemos decir my mom, ok,
Okay.
directamente. I have called my mom. ¿Y en español significa?
Yo he llamado a mi mamá.
Excelente. Entonces, esta es la forma en la que vamos a hablar de cosas que han sucedido en el pasado, ok. Vamos a intentar ver otra estructura más y ahorita ya volvemos a esta. Pero vamos a intentar ver otra estructura, por ejemplo, si yo digo yo solía tomar café en la mañana, ¿quién me la puede decir en español? Perdón, en inglés, obviamente. Yo solía tomar café en la mañana. ¿Alguna idea? Adelante, Teresa.
I used to drunk
Ok, sería drink.
drink coffee in the morning.
Exactamente. Vamos a intentar entonces otra oración. Por ejemplo, si yo quiero decir, ella podría tomar la foto mejor. ¿Cómo diríamos eso en inglés? Cualquiera, que la diga primero, adelante. Adelante, Mireille.
Is she cool?
Ajá.
Take the photo better?
Yes, better. Vamos a intentar otra más. Por ejemplo, nosotros deberíamos tomar clases de inglés. ¿Cómo diríamos esto?
We should take English classes.
English class. Muy bien. Intentemos ver otra más. Por ejemplo, podemos decir, por ejemplo, él hace la tarea para que yo descanse. ¿Cómo diríamos esto en inglés?
He's doing the homework.
Ok, él hace la tarea.
He he's doing, ¿no?
Lo que pasa es que he is doing, directamente el is ya te cambia totalmente el significado, ¿ok? Esto es, él está haciendo, ¿vale? Pero él hace, se diría con he does, ¿right? ¿Estamos de acuerdo? He does, ahora sí, la tarea.
The homework.
The homework, yes.
Para
que yo descanse.
So I can take a rest.
So I can take a rest, ¿ok? Rest, el verbo rest también pues significa descanse, ¿ok? So I can rest. Ahora, ¿podemos decirlo de esta manera? Sí. Sin embargo, tenemos otra forma de hablar en inglés para decir para que yo, ¿ok? ¿Alguien más me puede decir otra forma? ¿Alguna otra que se le ocurra? Igual podemos explicarle, ¿ok? Puedo explicarle directamente que vendría siendo con la estructura que llamamos for me to, ¿ok? Así se llama. Realmente debería llamarse for agent to, porque el agente, bueno, ya vamos a ver qué papel tiene, ¿no? Para que yo, ¿ok? For me to, se utiliza como una estructura para hablar de que una persona hace que, bueno, una persona hace algo para que otra reaccione a ello, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, yo hice pastel para que ellos los probaran, ¿no? Entonces, vamos a intentar hacer esta fórmula primero. Vendría comenzándose con una condición y esta condición, bien interesante porque en realidad es una estructura, es una oración, ¿sí? Que puede estar en cualquier tiempo, ¿ok? yo hago pasteles para que ellos lo prueben, yo hice pasteles para que ellos lo prueben, yo haré pasteles para que ellos lo prueben. Las tres tiempos distintos, pero igual sigue cumpliéndose el hecho de que sucede para que algo más suceda, para que alguien más reaccione. Entonces, luego de esa condición, colocamos un for, siempre va for, luego un agente. Ahora, un agente no tiene nada que ver con 007, con el agente Perry. El agente vendría siendo la otra persona, la que queremos que reaccione a la cosa. En este caso, soy yo, ¿ok? Yo soy el que descansa, entonces sería for me, ¿ok? For me, he does the homework, for, y luego colocamos me para que yo, y ahora colocamos el verbo que vendría siendo para que yo haga qué, para que yo vea una película, para que yo tome refresco, para que yo descanse. Ah, entonces colocamos for me, bueno, se pasó aquí el to, hay que colocarlo, es regla. For me to y luego el rest, ¿ok? Esa es la oración. Él hace la tarea para que yo descanse. He does the homework for me to rest. ¿Alguna pregunta hasta ahora? ¿No? ¿Todo claro? Vamos a intentar hacer oraciones, ¿ok? Ella toma notas para que yo las lea. ¿Cómo diríamos esto en inglés? A ver, Mireille, por ejemplo, ¿cómo diríamos esto en inglés?
She takes notes for me to I read.
Ok, recuerda, for
Sí.
me to y luego el verbo directamente.
Sí,
To
sí.
read.
Read. Okay.
Ok, ahora normalmente después de esto, después del read, le agregamos que vamos a leer. En este caso, para que yo las lea. ¿Ok? ¿Qué cosas? Pues las notas, entonces colocamos el them. ¿Ok? Esto es algo que les voy a estar explicando más adelante, si no lo sabían, pero ahí queda, ¿no? She takes notes for me to read them. Ahora, intentemos hacer otra oración, pero antes, ¿qué significa en español, Mireille?
Ella toma notas por mí para que las lea.
Ah, para que yo...
Sí, para que yo las lea, sí.
Exactamente. Ese es el nombre de la estructura, ¿ok? Para que yo, para que tú, para que ella, para que nosotros. Por ejemplo, yo hice pastel para que ellos lo prueben, ¿ok? Entonces, vamos a hacer esta oración. Yo hice pastel o yo hago pastel, como quieras, Teresa. Yo hice pastel, vamos a dejarlo así. ¿Cómo lo harías en inglés?
I made a cake for them
For them, muy bien.
to eat.
Ajá, lo prueben sería diferente que comer, sería taste it, ¿ok? Entonces, I made cake for them to taste it. Lo dejamos así y empezamos a hacer la interpretación otra vez en español. ¿Cómo sería?
Yo hice pastel para que ellos lo probaran.
Exactamente, ¿ok? Muy bien, vamos a intentar otra oración con Renata. Te iba a decir otra vez esa tulipán. Vamos a ver cómo dirías, Renata, por ejemplo, nosotros tomamos fotos para que ellos las vean, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿cómo diríamos esto en inglés, Renata?
We take photos for team to say.
To see, ¿ok? Y aquí le agregamos el them, que vendría siendo las, ¿ok? Para que ellos las vean, a las fotos. Muy bien, ¿lo repites en inglés una vez más?
We take photos for team to see them.
¿Y en español qué sería?
Nosotros tomamos fotos para que ellos lo vean.
Las
Las
ven. Muy bien, excelente, ¿ok? Esa es la forma en la que vamos a trabajar con el for me to. Ahora, vamos a intentar, porque veo que las están haciendo bien, realmente la parte donde se tendría que confundir lo están haciendo muy bien directamente. Entonces vamos a intentar hacer oraciones combinadas, ¿ok? Combinada significa que vamos a hacer un examen. No, mentira, no es un examen. Simplemente voy a intentar hacer una oración en español combinando las dos estructuras que hemos trabajado y ustedes la van a pasar al inglés. ¿Okay? Pueden ser juntas, pueden ser una sola, pueden ser como ustedes quieran. Algo importante. ¿Qué fue lo primero que vimos al inicio? El have o el has. ¿Okay? El have o el has. ¿Qué significa? Podemos decir que es el haber, ¿no? Podemos decir eso. Podemos decir que es el has, hemos, han. Eso es lo que podemos hacer con el have o el has. Y luego implementamos el for me too, for them too, for her too. ¿Sí? Vamos a dejar for me too. Entonces, esto es lo que hicimos. ¿Y qué significa esto? Para que yo. Vamos a intentar usar las dos estructuras en una sola. Por ejemplo, puedo decir, yo he ido al doctor para que él me cure. ¿Okay? Entonces, yo he ido al doctor, ido sería gone y cure sería, vamos a decir, cure, igual, aunque podríamos utilizar heal también, curar. Ahora, ¿cómo diríamos esto en inglés? ¿Me escuchan voluntarios? Adelante, Mireille.
Sí, mire, está bien.
Mire, muchas gracias.
Sí. Okay, I have gone to the doctor
Correcto.
for he,
For him, en este caso.
for him to help me.
Okay, exactamente. I have gone to the doctor for him to heal me. Entonces, ¿lo repites una vez todo continuo en inglés, por favor?
I have gone to the doctor for him to heal me.
Exactamente. Ahora, ¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer con eso? Vamos a pasarlo al español, ¿sí? Otra vez. ¿Qué sería?
Yo he ido al doctor para que me cure.
Exactamente. ¿Estamos de acuerdo aquí, Renata y Teresa? ¿Todo claro? ¿Están de acuerdo? ¿Sí, más o menos? Ok.
Sí.
El
Sí.
punto de combinar estas estructuras. Vamos a dejarlo aquí por un momento, ¿ok? Por temas de tiempo, si quieren, vamos a dejarlo aquí un momento. Pero el punto de combinar estas estructuras es que podamos nosotros avanzar en temas de conocimiento general, ¿ok? De nada sirve que yo vaya a explicarles aquí, oye, mira, yo he trabajado, sería I have worked, ¿ok? Y les repita y les diga, ok, mira, repítalo 100 veces. I have worked, I have worked, I have worked. Bueno, sin equivocarte o sin escribirlo mal. Pero de nada sirve que yo haga esto y no les ponga un escenario del día real en el que lo utilicen. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, de repente están en una entrevista de trabajo y les preguntan, oye, ¿dónde tú has trabajado? ¿No? Entonces ahí puedes usar la oración. Vas a decir simplemente I have worked in Monterrey. Que sería yo he trabajado en Monterrey. No, ¿verdad? Simplemente no. Es un no rotundo, no puedes decir simplemente eso porque van y te dicen ok, te dan las gracias. Ok, ya te dicen no, ya sabes que mejor no. Creo que no trabajas con el inglés muy bien. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que van a hacer normalmente? Pues si te hacen una pregunta, oye, ¿dónde has trabajado? Where have you worked? Vas a querer responderlo, pues mira, yo he trabajado en Monterrey, yo he trabajado en Ciudad de México, yo he tenido buen desempeño, me han promovido tantas veces, he tenido tantos resultados. Entonces, siempre van a querer combinar la oración que están diciendo con muchas otras. Van a querer extenderse en sus explicaciones, ¿no? Es normal, es común, para eso estamos practicando y estudiando el inglés. Entonces, eso es lo primero que vamos a nosotros intentar inculcarle en ustedes. Que no se cierren a solamente responder con una estructura, ni tampoco dos. Que vayamos extendiendo más y más cada vez esa longitud de las estructuras que podemos hacer. Ahora, esto viene dándose por el hecho de ver las estructuras como base fundamental de lo que estamos aprendiendo. Es decir, vamos a ver estructura 1, ¿okay? Y luego vamos a ver que la persona realmente pueda comunicarse en esa estructura, ¿okay? Normalmente lo hacemos similar a como lo hicimos hoy. Lo que pasa es que pues no todos los días voy a tener que explicar la metodología, responder preguntas, presentarme, preguntarles cómo están. Bueno, sí les voy a preguntar cómo están o su teacher, pero no les van a preguntar cómo se llaman o si han estudiado antes porque ya se conocen. Entonces podemos ir directamente al inglés. Pero hoy, que nos estamos conociendo, lo vimos así, lo vimos bien sencillo, directo, ¿ok? Vemos el nombre de la estructura, vemos cómo se desarrolla, empezamos a ver ejemplos y hacemos los ejemplos después nosotros, ¿ok? ¿En qué es lo que se va a centrar la clase? ¿No? En que yo me tarde aquí 5 horas explicando la estructura. En que nos tardemos 5 horas haciendo oraciones diferentes y todo el tiempo que tengan un reto, que tengan algo que nos pueda a nosotros, evidentemente pues quien ya sabía esta estructura pues no la veo como un reto y simplemente la estoy diciendo, pero quien no la sabía pues es una nivelación, ¿no? Entonces esto lo vamos a manejar más adelante. Yo les voy a explicar en qué nivel va a quedar cada persona de acuerdo al diagnóstico que les hicimos hace un par de minutos, ¿okay? Hace unos minutos. Luego, ya que se determine, ok, esta persona ya puede pasar a la siguiente estructura, ya no tiene nada que aprender aquí, podemos pasar a la siguiente. Pasamos a la siguiente estructura y empezamos a hacer lo mismo, ok. El nombre, explicación, fórmula y empezamos a hacer oraciones de ejemplo. Esa es la clase, ok. Esa es la clase de las primeras estructuras, las primeras etapas. Vamos a estar viendo estructura 1, estructura 2 y combinamos. Estructura 3, ok, se combina también con todas las que se han visto. Estructura 4, se empiezan a combinar otra vez todas las que se han visto hasta este punto. Es la única forma en la que nosotros vamos a hacer que ustedes se graben las estructuras. Y no es de grabarse tipo, ok, a ver, Teresa, ¿te acuerdas de la fórmula del presente perfecto?
Más o menos.
Más o menos. Pero si yo digo, por ejemplo, ella ha caminado en el parque, ¿cómo lo dirías en inglés? Si caminado es walked.
¿Cuál era la oración?
Ella ha caminado en el parque.
And she has walked in the park.
Exactamente, she has walked in the park. Entonces, ¿cómo llegamos a este punto? Precisamente haciendo oraciones de ejemplo, lo suficientemente preparadas, okay, las suficientes oraciones de ejemplo como para que lo tuvieras allí. Realmente creo que, bueno, tenías experiencia ya con el inglés, ¿no?
Pues el de la escuela.
El de la escuela, oye, muy bien. Qué buena escuela, la verdad. Está bien el inglés. Pero bueno, el punto aquí es que, pues fíjate que nosotros no nos vamos a enfocar en, oye Teresa, que digas, necesito que digas que el presente perfecto tiene la fórmula del sujeto más el have o el has más el verbo y ese verbo tiene que estar en su forma de participio. Ok, acuérdate, participio. No tiene sentido que yo te obligue a recitarme esto porque en una conversación no me vas a decir, sí, no sé, no le vas a decir al gringo, no sé, la persona con la que estés hablando, canadiense, británico. Oye, sí, el sujeto de have or has y el verbo en participio. No, okay, le vas a decir, she has walked in the park, o she has gone, o I have to take the trash out. O sea, le vas a querer hablar de manera que pues te entiendan, ¿no? Y nadie entiende esto. Entonces, la idea justamente es nosotros enfocarnos en lo que vamos a hacer. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Vamos a hablar. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? ¿Qué no vamos a hacer? Pues no vamos a recitar fórmulas, ¿ok? Entonces no lo vamos a hacer de esa manera. Como ven, es bastante intuitivo. Realmente se enfoca primero, la metodología se enfoca primero en estructuras, ¿ok? Luego de enfocarnos en estructuras tanto básicas como no básicas, nosotros empezamos a ver el tema de la transición, ¿ok? Este tema es más interesante a mi parecer porque cuando empezamos a ver transición, el transicionamiento, ¿ok? O la transición de lo que se trata es de pasar a un poco más de interacción, ¿ok? ¿Qué significa eso? Que ya no es, haz esta oración y repítela, no. Ahora es, vamos a enseñar cómo hacer preguntas, ¿ok? Cómo formarlas, cuáles son las preguntas que podemos hacer igual al español, cuáles no, y cómo armarlas correctamente en inglés, ¿correcto? Luego vamos a ver interferencias, que vienen siendo las estructuras que no se encuentran disponibles en inglés, pero sí las tenemos en español. Entonces, cuando pensemos en ellas y querramos pasarlas, pues evidentemente no nos van a salir y vamos a tener esa interferencia. Entonces, aquí las vamos a resolver. En realidad, esta etapa se debería llamar resolución de interferencias, pero bueno, se llama interferencias si ustedes lo entienden así. Luego tenemos el tema de las prácticas. Prácticas no es más que pues ver prácticas de lectura, luego prácticas de listening, luego prácticas de conversación, y así nosotros vamos a terminar de pulir el inglés que les hemos enseñado en la primera parte. ¿Okay? Básicamente, por ejemplo, prácticas de lectura. Les explico cómo vendría siendo la práctica de lectura, ¿les parece? La de listening. ¿Sí? ¿No? Bueno, creo que no. Hasta ahora, ¿cómo van ahí? ¿Tienen alguna pregunta? ¿Qué les parece hasta ahora el esquema general del curso? ¿Sí se entiende? Esos son 60 horas, ¿ok? Eso es nada prácticamente. Comparado con otras metodologías que no logran lo mismo en 60 horas, ¿no? Entonces, en la parte de lectura, por ejemplo, ¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer? ¿Qué ustedes creen que vamos a hacer en ese punto? ¿Qué ustedes creen que yo los voy a poner a hacer? O el teacher que les toque, ¿qué creen que les va a poner a hacer?
Pues leer.
Exactamente. Muy bien, Teresa. Justamente vamos a leer, ¿ok? Y el tema no es simplemente leer por leer, evidentemente. Tampoco es una clase de lectura de primer grado ni nada por el estilo. Lo que vamos a hacer es leer con una intención. ¿Cuál es esa intención? Interactuar sobre esa lectura. Principalmente, también adquiriendo conocimiento de todo el vocabulario que no conozcamos dentro de la lectura. Normalmente, por ejemplo, se desarrollan lecturas como esta, ¿no?
Congratulations,
cuestiones así como de temas interesantes que pues a todos les interesen. No sé si a todos les interesa el saber acerca del dinero, por ejemplo, o el mundo financiero, pero esto es uno de los videos que usamos de ejemplo, ¿no? Normalmente vemos el video, ¿okay? Y una vez ya lo terminemos, vamos aquí, que esto es el transcrito, el guión del video, el guión que usó la persona para el video. Y aquí está escrito de una manera muy interesante, porque entonces ahora lo van a leer. Yo le digo, Teresa, ¿me lees esta parte, por favor? Y viene Teresa y empieza, ok, congratulations, graduates. You now have a degree in psychology, philosophy, sociology, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Y una vez que Teresa termine, yo le digo, ok, Teresa, ahora pásalo al español. Y Teresa me dice, oye, teacher, pero wait a second, ¿no? No sé, por ejemplo, qué significa degree, ¿no? Entonces yo le digo, bueno, degree, Teresa, vendría siendo, y empezamos a hacer un glosario. Degree vendría siendo título. Y ese título en temas universitarios, por ejemplo, universitario. Entonces, normalmente, lo que hacemos es colocar de un lado de la pantalla el glosario y del otro esta guía, este guión. Y lo que hace la persona es ir leyendo que felicidades graduandos. Ahora tienen un título en psicología, filosofía, sociología y continúa. Y ahora el tercer paso, después que haya terminado de leerlo en español, entonces vamos a hablar sobre ello. Y yo empiezo a hacer preguntas, ¿okay? Para verificar que sí le hayan entendido y que sí comprendieron qué se dijo allí. Yo pregunto, por ejemplo, ok, Teresa, ¿y cuántos títulos nombró? ¿Okay? ¿Cuántos títulos nombró? Y después, ¿a quién les está hablando? ¿A personas que ya se graduaron o personas que se van a graduar? ¿Ok? Y esas son preguntas precisamente de comprensión de la lectura que estamos interpretando. De eso se trata la parte de lectura. ¿Ok? El listening es muy similar, si se dan cuenta, nuestras dinámicas son muy similares, siempre los ponemos a ustedes a hacer el trabajo, no mentira. Pero la mayoría del tiempo siempre van a estar ustedes hablando, participando, haciendo. En este caso, por ejemplo, nosotros pondríamos este video aquí. ¿Okay? Esta es de una serie bien interesante, se llama Friends. Si no la conocían, bueno, pueden conocerla. Nosotros escogemos estas escenas normalmente porque decidimos que, bueno, están hablando como personas. primer punto, están hablando como personas normales, porque hay veces que hay otras series que no hablan como personas normales. Segundo punto, que tengan diferentes formas de hablar, puede llegar a ser diferentes acentos, todos caen dentro del inglés americano, porque en eso nos basamos, pero dentro del mismo acento americano pueden haber varias variantes, disfrútenme la cacofonía, varias variantes, pero la idea justamente es que si ustedes no le entienden algo, pues yo les digo automáticamente qué es lo que se está diciendo y por qué suena de esa manera, haciendo un desglose analítico de los enlaces fonéticos que están sucediendo en ese momento. Y luego lo repetimos el video y si ustedes le captaron, perfecto, y vamos a la siguiente frase. De último, conversación, yo creo que se entiende bastante rápido de qué se trata. Y si no, bueno, vamos a hablar, ¿ok? Vamos a tener conversaciones en inglés. ¿Qué significa? Que en ese punto sí vamos a hablar 100% en inglés, ¿ok? En ningún punto hasta ese vamos a hablar completamente en inglés. Siempre las clases y las explicaciones van a ser en español, ¿ok? Primero para asegurar comprensión y segundo para mayor facilidad. Y una vez que ya entendemos en español, pues ya lo podemos pasar al inglés. Pero realmente es preferible comprender todos estos temas en español. Luego, en conversación, sí vamos a empezar a hablar en inglés, desenvolvernos en inglés. El punto aquí es que el teacher ya para este punto ya va a saber cómo sacarle la lengua a todos, ¿ok? Ya él los va a conocer por 3 meses, entonces, bueno, esa va a ser la forma en la que nos desenvolvamos ahí en esa parte. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta sobre este esquema general o todo más o menos claro?
Está muy claro, gracias.
No, está muy claro, gracias, ok. Entonces, esto se lleva a cabo en 60 horas. ¿Ya vieron los horarios? ¿No? ¿Sí? ¿No los han visto todavía? Se los explico rápidamente. Si quieren se los explico. Voy a abrir aquí la
Por favor.
Ok. No se preocupen. Vamos a abrir información. Estos son los horarios, ¿ok? Siéntense libres de tomarle captura si quieren, anotarlos, ¿vale? Lo más importante son los días, ¿vale? Si de repente, por ejemplo, necesitan de lunes a viernes, esas son las mejores porque son las más continuas y las que terminan más rápido. El curso completo son 60 horas, de 0 a 100, ¿ok? Entonces, de lunes a viernes, para completar esas 60 horas, tardaríamos 12 semanas. Porque sería una misma hora todos los días. Si es a las 8 de la mañana, todos los días a las 8. Si es a las 9 de la noche, todos los días a las 9. Si es a las 5 de la tarde, todos los días a las 5 de la tarde. ¿Sí me entienden? El costo es de 375 pesos la semana, ¿okay? Y se puede ir pagando semanalmente. Tal cual, vayan pagando, vayan viendo las semanas del curso. ¿Okay? Esos son los grupos. Si de repente quieren, por ejemplo, también grupos, ¿okay? Pero sábados o domingo, pues viene siendo otros horarios. Y si de repente quieren individuales, porque quieren un teacher para ustedes solos, quieren un horario más personalizado, se puede hablar con el teacher, ¿okay? Y las clases personalizadas, básicamente individuales, tienen un costo de 275 pesos a la semana, a la clase, ¿okay? 275 pesos la clase. Entonces, ese sería más o menos el overall, todo el tema en general. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta de algún horario en específico o les parece a todos el lunes a viernes?
Bueno, yo ya les había comentado, o no sé quién me contestó en Facebook, que me
Ajá.
interesaban más los sábados o domingos.
Ok. Nosotros esos días tenemos clases uno de esos días, ¿ok? Que vendría siendo el sábado o el domingo, ¿ok? Son 3 horas al día, es decir, de 10 a 1 o de 2 a 5. ¿Qué horario te parece mejor en ese caso?
Estaba pensando en domingo en la mañana.
Ok, domingo de 10 a 1, está bien. Entonces, solo para confirmar, todos aquí están con horarios Centro México, todos están en Nuevo León, por ejemplo. ¿No? ¿No? ¿En qué estado se encuentran? A ver.
Yo soy de Michoacán.
Ah, Michoacán, ok.
Y
Ok.
yo de Ciudad de México.
Ok, Ciudad de México.
Igual de la Ciudad de México.
Ah, bien, entonces creo que tenemos mismo horario igual. Voy a verificar. Creo que sí. Entonces vamos a colocar aquí simplemente, bueno, el tema de los horarios y ya ustedes saben que es la misma hora para todos. Vamos a ver aquí. Ok, nada más quiero confirmar algo más. Y son sus nombres de Facebook, porque normalmente nosotros vemos la clase, ¿ok? Explicamos un poco, vamos resolviendo dudas, pueden ir haciendo más preguntas. Solamente que voy a empezar a armar el formato de preinscripción, es decir, la lista de las personas que nosotros tenemos para iniciar clases la siguiente semana, que es lo que normalmente hacemos con estas clases. Tomamos unos datos y en base a esos datos pues les ofrecemos el curso en el horario que pidieron, ¿no? En el caso de Mire, por ejemplo, no encuentro ninguna Mire por acá. ¿Cómo se encuentra en Facebook?
Es Mirel, o sea,
Mirel.
Mirelle.
Mirel, pero si estás como Mirel.
Sí,
Déjame buscar otra vez.
a ver, es que.
Ah, sí, cierto, Mireille, correcto. Mireille.
Ujú,
Muy bien,
Mirel.
muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Entonces aquí está listo. Ahora voy a también pedirle el de Renata. Me imagino que fue su representante, al igual que Teresa. ¿Me puede decir el nombre de la representante, por favor?
El mío es de Esperanza Zavala.
Ah, muy bien, Esperanza Zavala. Y de Teresa.
¿Cuál es?
Tere del Mazo.
Tere del Mazo.
Ok. ¿Se llaman igual o es?
Es que yo me llamo, o sea, yo tengo otro nombre.
Ah,
Y
me habías dicho.
Esta
Me
es
habías
mi
dicho tú que
computadora,
era-
ella.
me
Ella se
habías-
llama Paola, yo soy Teresa.
Ah. Oye, me encanta que hayas decidido llamarte Teresa por hoy. A Paola, porque me facilita mucho más ver los nombres así, ¿no? Pero bueno, ya te coloco aquí como Paola, pero representante Teresa. Muy bien. Ok, entonces simplemente estoy colocando aquí los datos, cuando vieron la clase y eso, ¿ok? ¿Tienen un horario más o menos que se quieran adaptar, Paola?
Ay.
No se escucha. Bueno, creo que es
Eh,
intencional. No, está bien.
lunes a viernes a
De
las
lunes a
9.
Ok, ¿a las 9 de la noche o a las 9 de la mañana?
No, en la noche.
Ok.
¿Sería a las 9 o a las 8 para que acabe a las 9? O a las 9 empiece el otro.
Ya les voy a decir exactamente ese tema porque el tema de los adolescentes, normalmente los separamos y ponemos clases solo de grupos de adolescentes. Entonces ya les voy a explicar cuál horario estamos abriendo. Tenemos de lunes a viernes, de lunes a viernes tenemos ahorita abriendo la siguiente semana 6 a 7 pm y 8 a 9 pm. ¿Okay? La razón por la que hacemos esto es porque normalmente ya tenemos estudiantes esperando desde la semana pasada y como no se abren tantos como con la cantidad de adultos, entonces pues tenemos horarios más limitados. Si de repente quieren uno de esos, excelente, puedo colocarlos aquí. Si no, se colocarían en la lista y quedarían en fila para la siguiente semana. ¿Ok? Entonces, ¿les parecería eso? 8 pm, 6 pm o quedar en lista.
Yo creo que a las 8 está bien.
Ok.
Digo,
excelente.
¿después se puede modificar o no?
Sí, después se puede modificar. El tema es que, como le digo, normalmente lo que hacemos, lastimosamente, o bueno, con el tema de los adultos es mucho más sencillo, ¿okay? Porque tenemos más afluencia de adultos. Pero el tema de los adolescentes, lo que hacemos es colocarlos en otro grupo cuando vamos a cambiar, que quede por el mismo tema. Y a veces eso es un poco complicado por el tema de justamente no tener tantos grupos de adolescentes. Entonces, sí se puede cambiar más adelante. Sin embargo, las restricciones de horario puede que lo limiten un poco del tipo de espera y todo eso.
Sí, dependiendo lo que haya.
Exactamente.
Oye,
Ahí
nada más
pueden
te
cambiar.
quería preguntar, por ejemplo, en los grupos de adolescentes, ahorita les hiciste como un tipo diagnóstico, pero
Ujú.
así como que es nivel o cómo
Sí,
es?
básicamente nosotros nos basamos en las etapas que le dije hace rato, nos basamos en esas etapas. En el caso de Teresa estaba muy bien, pero yo quisiera que repasara un poco las estructuras que vimos como el For Me Too, por ejemplo, que ese tipo de estructuras todavía falla. Y el hecho de que me diga que falla el For Me Too, siento que todavía faltan otras que tienen muy buen desenvolvimiento en inglés, ¿ok? Porque sí tiene bastantes estructuras, sobre todo, por ejemplo, el so I can, right? O so I do, o so I rest. Eso es una estructura que se tiene, pero confirmar y corroborar cómo se interpreta realmente esa estructura es sumamente importante para pasar a las siguientes etapas, ¿ok? O sea, que ella compruebe todo lo que todo lo que sabe y lo que no, pues que lo vaya aprendiendo y en esa etapa lo va a hacer mucho mejor, ¿okay? Le quitaría en ese punto de no básicas una semana de clases más o menos. Entonces en lugar de 12 quedaría de 11, ¿vale? Solo para
Está bien.
tenerlo en cuenta. En el caso de Renata,
Sí, a las 8. De 8
a las
a 9,
8.
lunes a viernes.
Excelente. Entonces voy a colocarla aquí. Vale. Renata 8 pm, lunes a viernes. Ok. Entonces, en el caso de Renata, me dices... Ah, por cierto, ¿me puede indicar su número de teléfono, por favor?
Ya le envié. Mi mamá ya te mandó mensajes.
La de,
Es una número
la de
de
quién.
Messenger.
Ah, ¿la de quién? Ah, ok. Por WhatsApp, ¿correcto?
Ajá, bueno, por Messenger como el enlace ya lo mandé por WhatsApp.
Excelente, excelente. Ya a todas les envié el enlace de nuestro WhatsApp. Si pueden nos escriben por allí de una vez, simplemente para que se vaya abriendo el chat y ya empiecen a tener contacto con la persona que genera los grupos, ¿ok? Y voy a necesitar también que me indiquen su número por aquí, porque normalmente esa persona del WhatsApp, bueno, esa persona para empezar es diferente a mí, ¿no? Entonces lo que hace ella es venir a mi lista y chequear sus números de WhatsApp, marcarlos en el Facebook para saber que ya vieron la clase y revisar el horario que me dijeron que quieren y también el nivel en el que los coloqué, ¿ok? Muy importante todo ese proceso. Entonces, si me indican su número de teléfono, excelente, ¿ok? Voy a estar esperando.
¿Te lo digo así? ¿Te lo dicto?
Sí, adelante.
55
Ajá.
14 01
Okay.
55 30.
5530 y ahí está listo, ¿ok? Ya lo único que tiene que hacer la persona es llegar aquí al formato, chequear el número y ya continuaría, ¿vale?
Ok.
Ok, voy a terminar por aquí. Entonces, en el caso de Renata, me dice su número de teléfono, bueno, el de la representante. Por si te Teresa, si se quiere retirar también puede hacerlo si no tiene más preguntas. Vamos a ir despachándolo si quieres, ¿no? Me dice su número, Renata, por favor.
447
Ok,
125
muy bien.
96 98.
9698, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Ok. Entonces ahí estaría colocada también y faltaría su horario. Renata, ¿cuál sería el horario que le interese? Tenemos para adolescentes actualmente a las 6 pm y a las 8 pm.
A las 8, por favor.
A las 8 también, muy bien. Entonces aquí los coloco y ok. ¿Alguna en el caso de Mireille? Mire, ¿me dice su
Sí.
número, por favor?
Claro, 55
Ok.
91 45 51 20.
5120, listo. Entonces, lo mismo, la persona del WhatsApp va a estar ahí pendiente porque le envíen un mensajito y una vez que se lo envíen, ella empieza a conversar con ustedes para gestionar el tema de colocarlos en un grupo de WhatsApp con su teacher y sus compañeros. Y el día, pues, tienen chance de ir pagando, ¿no? Hasta del lunes a miércoles de la misma semana en la que hayan empezado, ¿okay? Así que no hay apuros con esto. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta con alguna parte del proceso que no haya quedado tan clara todavía?
¿Vamos a iniciar el lunes?
Sí, correcto, van a iniciar el mismo día lunes. Así es.
Entonces, ¿cuándo pagaríamos?
Sí, de lunes a miércoles. Creo que pueden pagar de una vez. Ellos le van a enviar los datos de pago si ustedes quieren. Y pueden hacerlo de una vez para dejar la semana paga. ¿Vale?
Ok.
Entonces, ¿alguna otra pregunta? Mireli, por cierto, vas a entrar en la parte de transición, si te parece, ¿ok? Considero que tienes buen nivel de estructuras. Si te quieres repasar, puedes iniciar desde básicas o no básicas, pero realmente, bueno, no lo recomendaría porque ya son personas que tienen rato, nunca han visto una clase de inglés, entonces, pues, seguramente te aburras, no sé. Pero en la parte de transición quiero que ingreses ahí porque primero practicamos algunas estructuras y ahí las que no, el teacher detecte que no tengas, pues muchísimo mejor, te las voy a enseñar de una vez. Vamos a ver, empezar con el tema de la interacción, entonces siento que ahí te va a servir bastante para empezar a ponerte al punto con el tema de las interferencias también, que seguramente alguna de ellas te está afectando en este momento, entonces para que las veas desde cero allí, ¿ok? Normalmente en este punto se les habría quitado a las clases normales unas 3-4 semanas. ¿Vale?
Sí, estoy de acuerdo, gracias.
Excelente. Entonces, bueno, lo dejaríamos por aquí. ¿Alguna pregunta última antes de cerrar por aquí la llamada? ¿No? ¿Todo claro?
No, todo claro, gracias.
Excelente. Igual si de
Ahorita
repente les
nos
sale...
mandaron un mensaje por Face y ya nos linkeamos al WhatsApp. Entonces ahí es donde ya nos van a asignar y todo, ¿verdad?
Exactamente. Esa persona del WhatsApp va a ser la que continúe el proceso con ustedes. Cualquier cosa le preguntan a esa persona, ¿ok? Las personas... puede que responda un poco lento, pero en los fines de semana se pone bien a responder todo porque justamente están armando los grupos para el lunes. ¿Okay? Entonces cualquier cosa con ella. Y bueno, nada, espero que hayan aprovechado esta clase, muchos éxitos en este curso y cuídense bastante. Bye.
Gracias.
Chao.
Hasta luego.
Gracias, bye.
Bye.
Gracias.
Hasta luego.
pero siguen grabadas así. Y de repente entré y me sale de review porque me sale el primero de review. Me sale de review primero y yo, pero ¿por qué me sale de review primero? Y veo temporada 4 y yo, ¿qué temporada era? Entonces me pongo a buscar la temporada 1 salió 25 y yo,
No voy a avisar un turno.
no llamas.
Es que por lo menos te digo, me hubiera salido, ¿me entiendes?
No, y a mí en TikTok, algo, o sea, nada, pues.
Qué loco, hermano.
Pero publicidad y ellos.
Amor, ¿tú piensas?
Well, now that you've learned how to align objects, I think it's a natural progression at this point to learn how to pull one object out of another. In other words, we're going to create a hole. And the way you create a hole, once you have two objects lined up the way you want them to, is you're going to make one of those objects an empty space or a hole. Remember up at the top here where we said these are the geometric shapes and these are the hole shapes? And if I clicked on that, the hole shapes were just these two. Those are sort of the quick ways to make holes, but you could actually take any object and turn it into a hole. And the way you do that is you click on the object, and right now it's this color, but if I click on this, it turns it into a hole. Okay? Now, it's not quite ready yet. The way it finalizes itself, even though that's a whole object, the way you have to put them together is by selecting them and say group. This little group icon wasn't visible earlier. See? It isn't until you select one or more objects that you have the option to group. And once I group it, now I actually have an empty space where that cylinder once was. And that's creating holes.
They say she's in class 18, stuck in her daydream, and this way since 18, but lately her face keeps slowly thinking wasted, crumbling.
Well, technically she approached me, but...
I did not. I joined.
Okay, how did it happen? Tell me.
So I joined a show. It was like a talent show for streaming.
Yes.
And then he was one of the judges.
Ah, okay. My company put on the show.
So it was like love at first sight.
No, she was crazy at first sight.
Oh.
I mean, same to you. I thought you were crazy. Like I'd see real Sophia, I'd be like, damn, I feel sorry for whoever he ends up with.
She saw clips of me and my ex, and she was like, wow, he is horrible to her. I would hate that.
Yeah.
Well, technically she approached me, but...
I did not. I joined.
Okay, how did it happen? Tell me.
So I joined a show. It was like a talent show for streaming.
Yes.
And then he was one of the judges.
Ah, okay. My company put on the show.
So it was like love at first sight.
No.
May I ask your age? This is uncomfortable for me. Who is this with you? You said ask hers.
That's Alyssa, that's my girlfriend.
Why'd you tell me to ask her age? That's a creepy thing for me to do. Yeah, how old are you, Alyssa? 23. How long you guys been together?
6 years.
Oh my goodness, so high school sweethearts.
Kind of creeping on him as a college age person.
What the fuck is happening over here? This is crazy. What a crazy thing to say. So you started dating when you were 16 and you were 17, right? So what the fuck is wrong with that? I said it's so cute, and they were in high school, and then she's like, well, I him. And that was just an odd... You guys talking about getting married? Yeah. It's getting weirder every time I talk to him. And that's why I think maybe this is one of those Netflix documentary situations where he's been in a dungeon somewhere and he's not used to like daylight or people caring about him or his general well-being.
Well, I was not expecting to be in the front seats.
You bought tickets? Is this one family? Something weird is up with y'all. This is your son. Son-in-law. What the fuck is going on, dude? So this is your stepson-in-law? It doesn't feel right to me. I don't know what the hell is going on, and I'm concerned. You guys are acting like you're black and I'm a cop. I'm not out to get you. I'll put a body cam on if you want. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I will not be able to perform a show knowing there's potentially children being held hostage, lying about their age. Because he says he's 22, and I don't believe it looking at it. Unless, of course, he has been malnourished for quite some time. May I ask your name?
Yeah, I'm Matthew.
What do you do?
I'm an engineer.
That makes sense, too. Now you guys are less weird. God gave you all left side of the brain, no right side. And you got a wonderful lady who is pretending she's a rapist for some reason. But other than that, it's fantastic, it seems. Let me ask you a question, miss. What's your favorite thing about this young man?
We're both really introverted.
Well, this guy's kind of a dickhead when you think about it, right? He bought you these front row tickets. He's great, but he doesn't care about your well-being or happiness or comfort in a social situation. You understood that you made a mistake here, though, right? It's a massive fuck-up, to be honest with you. It'd be like if I bought my wife a basketball for her anniversary. May I ask your age? This is uncomfortable for me. Who is this with you? You said ask hers.
That's Alyssa, that's my girlfriend.
Why'd you tell me to ask her age? That's a creepy thing for me to do. Yeah, how old are you, Alyssa?
23.
How long you guys been together?
6 years.
Oh my goodness, so high school sweethearts.
Kind of creeping on him as a college age person.
What the fuck is happening over here? This is crazy. What a crazy thing to say. So you started dating when you were 16 and you were 17, right? So what the fuck is wrong with that? I said it's so cute, and they were in high school, and then she's like, well, I him. And that was just an odd... You guys talking about getting married? Yeah. It's getting weirder every time I talk to him. And that's why I think maybe this is one of those Netflix documentary situations where he's been in a dungeon somewhere and he's not used to like daylight or people caring about him or his general well-being.
Well, I was not expecting to be in the front seats.
You bought tickets? Is this one family? Something weird is up with y'all. This is your son. Son-in-law. What the fuck is going on, dude? So this is your stepson-in-law? It doesn't feel right to me. I don't know what the hell is going on, and I'm I'm concerned. You guys are acting like you're black and I'm a cop. I'm not out to get you. I'll put a body cam on if you want. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I will not be able to perform a show knowing that there's potentially children being held hostage, lying about their age. Because he says he's 22 and I don't believe it looking at him. Unless, of course, he has been malnourished for quite some time. May I ask your name?
Yeah, I'm Matthew.
What do you do?
I'm an engineer.
That makes sense too. Now you guys are less weird. God gave you all left side of the brain, no right side. And you got a wonderful lady who is pretending she's a rapist for some reason. But other than that, it's fantastic, it seems. Let me ask you a question, miss. What's your favorite thing about this young man?
We're both really introverted.
Well, this guy's kind of a dickhead when you think about it, right? He bought you these front row tickets. He's great, but he doesn't care about your well-being or happiness or comfort in a social situation. You understood that you made a mistake here, though, right? It's a massive fuck-up, to be honest with you. I feel like if I bought my wife a basketball for her anniversary. May I ask you?
And he walked over there and I said, hey, Jeff, are you going to lock it to the collar? And he goes, it is. I had no idea when I was moving my head that it was attached to the collar.
Amazing.
That's how fluid.
That's really
That's
cool.
how fluid. So we have a push catch over here.
Yeah.
We push this and we can open up the whole visor.
Oh, God, look at that. It's
And
so pretty.
I mean, it should click.
Yeah, yeah.
You also have a catch here, up here, that you can push and just open the upper portion of the visor.
Amazing.
So you'd open that. Now you have a sneck hook, which I made a little tool so I can make those hooks consistent. And you pop open the sneck hook, split open the chin, and pull it out, and you can see all fully lined. And I did all the linings as well.
Oh, yeah. May I?
Show you.
Oh, my God.
In fact, hope we have the time. We'll put you in the whole thing.
What?
You can wear the upper body. It's going to be too big for you, but we want to put you in it so you can feel it.
I feel like I'm turning for permission. Can I? Can I?
And he walked over there and I said, hey, Jeff, are you going to lock it to the collar? And he goes, it is. I had no idea when I was moving my head that it was attached to the collar.
Amazing.
That's how fluid.
That's really
That's
cool.
how fluid. So we have a push catch over here.
Yeah.
Not to mention your bid was far too attractive for us to pass up.
Sorry, excuse me. One of you just said our bid was too attractive to pass up. What did you mean by that exactly?
He means you boys lowballed the shit out of your competition.
Yeah. By how much?
Millions.
Oh, okay. Just for me, I'm curious, how many millions?
Well, technically, we're not supposed to discuss that with you, but what the hell? You guys came in $53 million lower than the nearest competition.
Motherfucker! $53 million.
We're okay.
Look at the bright side. For once, the American taxpayer is getting a good deal on the defense contract.
Man, fuck the American taxpayer.
Not to mention your bid was far too attractive for us to pass up.
Sorry, excuse me. One of you just said...
All right, what's the problem?
Voila.
My wife and I were out camping.
I needed to urinate and I found this old bucket.
I need a church key. Wilkerson has a Swiss Army knife. You said her name was Smythe. Pet name. Here's your bucket, Mr. Smythe.
There we go.
Oh.
He got a button stuck up his nose.
I want you to hold the unblocked nostril closed while I put this mask over your mouth.
Very impressive.
You had a psych consult down here before they hurt themselves.
Amen.
You actually saw her jam the button up his nose?
And before that, she had a bucket stuck on her butt. Psychiatric consult, I presume?
Yes.
Oh, we've been expecting you.
What are you?
Clinical researchers.
We're conducting a study on creative problem solving in emergency departments.
Yes, and I must say, Dr. Green, you came up with the most innovative solutions we've ever seen.
Okay. All right, what's the problem?
Voila.
My wife and I were out camping.
I needed to urinate and I found this old bucket.
I need a church.
Lo sencillo, pero sobre todo preciso que se están realizando. ¿Cómo retirar fácilmente el forro de estos cables de grueso calibre, como este que es un cable calibre 1.0? Bueno, pues esto se logra con esta herramienta Nipex 1630-135. Esta herramienta cuenta con una cuchilla plana en su punta, la cual podemos girar para realizar varios tipos de cortes, como circular, transversal o espiral. La profundidad del corte se puede regular girando esta rueda en color gris. Esta nos permite cubrir o descubrir nuestra cuchilla. Vamos a hacer los tres tipos de cortes. Primero haremos el circular, luego el transversal y al final el espiral. Lo primero que haremos será fijar la profundidad del corte, regulando la altura de la cuchilla, basándonos en el grueso del forro del cable. Como el primer corte que haremos será circular, hay que checar la longitud del forro del cable que vamos a retirar. Después de esto, en este punto vamos a colocar nuestra herramienta. No hay necesidad de presionar, ya que la herramienta se aprieta sola. Y ahora sí solo será cuestión de girar nuestra herramienta alrededor del cable para hacer un corte circular. Ya que terminamos de hacer nuestro corte circular, con el mango giramos nuestra cuchilla a 90 grados para hacer un corte transversal. Recuerda siempre calibrar bien la profundidad del corte. Antes de pasar al corte en espiral, vean lo sencillo pero sobre todo preciso que se están realizando estos cortes. Ahora veamos cómo es un corte en espiral. Los cortes en espiral se utilizan regularmente para retirar longitudes mayores de forro de cable o retirar el forro en longitudes intermedias del cable. Para esto primeramente vamos a hacer un corte circular a mediación del cable. Después de hacer este corte circular, tomamos la capucha superior de nuestra herramienta y jalamos el mango hacia abajo. De esta forma la cuchilla de nuestra herramienta queda angulada y ya podemos empezar a hacer nuestro corte en espiral. Ya que llegamos a la longitud deseada que vamos a desforrar con este corte en espiral, ahora vamos a hacer un corte circular. Para esto vamos a devolver la cuchilla a la posición original, simplemente girando nuestro mango hacia la derecha. Hacemos nuestro corte circular, retiramos nuestra herramienta y ahora sí vamos a proceder a retirar el forro. Les voy a dejar el link de los distribuidores de esta herramienta en la descripción de este video o en el primer comentario. Un tema más en tu escuela de heredera. Vean lo sencillo pero sobre todo preciso que se están realizando. Cómo retirar fácilmente el forro de estos cables de grueso calibre como este que es un cable calibre 1.0. Bueno, pues esto se logra con esta herramienta Nipex 1630-135. Esta herramienta cuenta con una cuchilla plana en su punta, la cual podemos girar para realizar varios tipos de cortes como circular, transversal o espiral. La profundidad del corte se puede regular girando esta rueda en color gris. Esta nos permite cubrir o descubrir nuestra cuchilla. Vamos a hacer los tres tipos de cortes. Primero haremos el circular, luego el transversal y al final el espiral. Lo primero que haremos será fijar la profundidad del corte regulando la altura de la cuchilla.
Okay, guys, eyes up. How much did you all make last year? Do we absolutely have to do this? Tim, mate, we've been through this. You're all public companies, so yes, you do have to do this. Disney, can you go first, please? 41 million. Okay, Adobe. First, please. 41 million. Okay, Adobe. 52 million. And Netflix, 62 million. Getting up there, mate. What? Never mind. Apple, 75 million. But, remember the company's worth 3 trillion. We know. General Electric, 89 million. Jesus, Laurie. It's a lot. Okay, one more. Weapons manufacturer, Axon. Hello? 165 million. Whoa. You personally made $165 million last year? Yeah. There's mostly stock options and long and short-term bonuses. Well, yeah, well, it's the same for everyone, but don't you think that customers and shareholders might think that's a wee bit much? Oh, as if you can talk, Laurie. Besides, I don't care. Actually, I don't care either. Why do we have to do this? I don't know. There's no limits here, and the optics don't seem to matter anymore, so f it. Should we just go? Sweet. Okay, guys, eyes up.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Any chance you could lend me a quarter?
In that case, why don't I just give you the full 2 hours?
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, bye again.
Not yet. Hi, Aunt Marjorie.
Aunt Marjorie?
I see you two have met.
Yeah, she was on the street begging for change.
Jill, Wendy, Bonnie, Christy. This is my nephew, Nick. Nick, these are my girls.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, well, it's nice meeting you.
So long.
Bye.
Where have you been hiding him? Is he single? Not that I care. I can be a side dish.
Back off. He already stuck his card in my meter.
No one's dating Nick, and that's final.
Sure. I should have just jumped him on the street.
What's that?
I should have just jumped him on the street. Excuse me?
Yeah?
Look. Oh, what the? These are the ones they said you can drive. They're made to drive pins, but they're plastic. I told the guy.
What? Oh, yeah.
No, I told the guy I don't believe him.
I gotta try these.
I told him, I said, these are gonna shatter. And the guy said, no way, these are meant to drive pins.
Really?
Yes. So I said, I'm gonna buy 3, and if they break, it's not gonna be good for your company. He's like, no, they're super strong. He said they're made to drive pins, Bugs.
I'm old school, brother. I'll try it.
Tear out.
So. There's not a scratch on it. No. I just pounded a pin in. It didn't even scuff the plastic.
Wow.
I think
That's what I was worried about, how durable that would be if it's
I thought it would start tearing it up right away.
too.
But when you hit the pin, you can feel it. Feels like steel.
Well, it's a heavy head, which is nice. It's a real...
And there's not a lot of vibration. That's impressive, honestly. That's a solid hammer. It's all welded collar. Try it, Eric. Feel how. Look.
Oh, what the?
These are the ones they said you can drive. They're made to drive pins, but they're plastic. I told the guy.
What? Oh, yeah.
No, I told the guy I don't believe him.
I gotta try these.
My name's Curry Barker, and my Tesla robot hates me. A few months ago, got my Tesla robot in the mail. It was before. Ah, sweet. Hi, I'm Optimus. Do my dishes.
Sure. I love dishes.
No way. At first, it was really freaking awesome. Like, it did everything I wanted it to do. It would take out the trash, it did the dishes, all the chores I told it to do, it would do. It was even good person or thing to talk to. I had like a private therapist at my house at all times. I don't know, man. I was just tired of hiding, you know? So I did it. I popped out. I said, I love you. And of course, she started freaking out. She was like, oh, get out of my house. I don't know who you are. Who the fuck are you?
You dodged a bullet, man. She sounds like a bitch.
Thanks, Optimus.
Yeah, man. I'm always here for you. But let's make sure we have some healthy boundaries.
Optimus, do my laundry.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But then one day, it just started having opinions, and like I could notice some hostility in its behavior. Tesla robot, clean my room. Like, do it now. Or...
Sure, man, no problem.
Low battery initiating sleep mode.
God damn it. I thought you had like 50% battery.
Sometimes I just pretend to die so I don't have to do shit. Where are you going?
Me and Malcolm are just going to the bar, trivia night. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, nice. Nice. And you're, gonna wear that?
I was gonna. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll just be here. All by myself.
I just didn't think you wanted to come, you know? It's not really your vibe.
Oh, no, I didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go. I just...
How much money does this little well make a month?
A month?
Yeah. Is this your retirement between these 5 wells?
Yeah, yeah. That well up on
Keeps
about
you busy.
60 is a 2-barrel.
First try.
Have a positive coefficient to x squared, then your parabola's going to open up.
What?
Importante. Rodilla por fuera, pie por dentro. ¿Vieron? Me pongo de frente de la cuerda, rodilla por fuera, pie por dentro. Esto es lo más importante, pero no lo pongo aquí. Miren donde tengo la rodilla, la tengo aquí arriba, ¿vale? Subo y ahora cuando voy a subir, elevo cadera y el pie que está abajo engancha y presiona. Y tiro de piernas, ¿ves? De piernas. Suelto esta y la guía se queda. Y subo. ¿Ven? Y ahora para bajar se hace el fast roll, que se hace cuando se bajan los helicópteros. Es así. ¿Ven? Cuando no se hace con el pase, se hace con guantes, que es más rápido. Importante.
On my first birthday, my mother gave me a little head. I had 6 brothers, but they'd all sliced off their hands opening a tennis ball can. My father was a World War II vet, so he used to make me reenact the D-Day landing with tennis ball machines. I got invited to the first U.S. Open. I was the bad boy of tennis, and I'd won the U.S. Open. Despite my on-court temper tantrums, I was on top of the world. My temper on the court was increasingly an issue.
Out.
Are you serious? You cannot be serious! I had a hard time telling if people were serious. I became famous for smashing rackets when things didn't go my way. Of course, back then, we didn't have multiple rackets, so I was forced to play with it. And in 2001, at the U.S. Open, my first serve hit a plane, causing it to go tragically off course and hit a building. Everyone blamed the Muslims. My second serve was no better. On my first birthday, my mother gave me a...
On the first one. Play ball.
Most of the hitman kills that people call fully legal are still totally criminal murder, but I found one so legally bulletproof that even a direct eyewitness couldn't put you behind bars. While there are tons of targets that you can kill by removing a single screw or plopping down a banana peel, those are still crimes, guys. However, there is one kill that has such an airtight legal defense, the game itself doesn't even count it as your fault. In the Hitman 2 level Haven, this lad is dying to take a dip, but keeps getting cold feet from his wife who tells him not to jump. By simply distracting her with some coins, something no reasonable person would ever expect to lead to another's death, he'll finally build up the courage to dive in. It's not our fault he doesn't know how to swim. Most of the Hitman kills that
What's that?
My principal, my interest, my service fees, my dignity, my happiness, and my soul. You, sir, have a nice day.
See you next month.
Oh, I won't be coming back.
Everyone comes back.
Everyone except me. Get a good look, homie, because you will never see this face again.
I think I will.
I know you won't.
Excuse me, are you finished?
How much?
I'm sorry?
How much do you need?
200 for my son's prescription.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, no, you can't do that.
Welcome to the Bank of Ruby. Let me see what you got. I feel like this should cover it. Happy Hanukkah.
Hey, stop it.
How about you? No hablo inglés. Feliz Navidad. Gracias de nada. I can do this all day.
Hey, no, you not gonna do it all day. You better get up out of here.
Did you want me to leave?
Hey, I don't ever want to see you back in here.
Deal.
What's that?
My principal, my interest, my service fees, my dignity, my happiness, and my soul.
How did you come from?
I never left.
You don't have a room.
Oh, I got a method. Call it the Jimmy technique.
Think I could do that too?
Let's get you a robe.
Why?
Because no one ever questions a man in a robe.
Oh, hey, what the hell, man?
Always be wet. The wetter, the better. Projects an air of busyness, like you're in a rush and you can't be bothered. Let's go.
Don't they ask your room number?
Yeah, but you just make it up.
Afternoon. May I please see your room key?
Oh, God. I must have left it in my pants. But we're 1242.
Excellent. Enjoy.
Get him.
Excuse me, you don't mind if I see a room key, do you?
Yeah. Must have left it in my pants.
Oh, no problem. What's the name on the reservation?
I'd rather not say.
Look, fellas, if you're not guests of the hotel, you have to leave.
Hey, what's going on?
Sir, you're soaking wet.
Oh, thanks for the update, Katie Couric. I was about to dry off when I saw you manhandling my boy, and you're lucky I didn't bust my ass walking around on that marble. Did you not see the robe, you jackass? We're trying to be a hero, Kurt.
I apologize. That's my mistake. What can I do to make it right?
You start by getting me a towel, now.
How did you come from?
In a beautiful world, I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep in a beautiful world.
Sir, have you been drinking? Yes, I have. I've had 5 or 6 small batch bourbons. That's a lot. I'm gonna have to ask you to take a breathalyzer test. Go, runner! Stop running! Try to catch me! Ranger Rick, stop!
Slip and cut drilling line operations. Drilling crews are cutting the drilling line by the hydraulic cutter. It's cold cut. No need for the hot work permit. Look, how is this our cutter? Slip and cut drilling.
I'll give you $100 to remove that stump.
I'm sorry. I thought you said $100.
I did. All right. Let's grip it, rip it, and launch it. Ha! Oh!
Okay, wait, I got it.
Boss train! I get behind Darren, Sean. You get behind me on 3. We pull. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think it moved.
No, that was my shoulder popping out.
Oh. Okay, on 3, push Darren's shoulder back in. 1, 2, 3. Little more. And stump the whole thing.
We're down 20 bucks for shovels, 60 bucks for axes, and 30 bucks in gas and burn cream. We gotta get this thing out just to break even.
Don't forget the 15 bucks for t-shirts, which was Sean's stupid idea.
Better than your stupid Frisbee idea.
Frisbees are whimsical and will get our message out to the college community.
Dudes, listen to us. We're turning into the very
Ok, ese modelo se ve chévere, chévere, la verdad. Obviamente es un modelo, pero hay que modificar la cuestión de cuántas botellas se van a poner. Y bueno, creo yo que no hay que modificarlo ahorita y así a simple vista como que más nada, ¿no? La parte de arriba, claro, sería una tapa, cuestión de poder recargar productos, sacar los envases, lavarlos.
Check this out. We were holed up with nothing but these old Nokia 3.5s. Had to use a little something we called the Reg Rock. Try her out.
Charger spelled backwards. Cute. What's it do?
Pulls the charge right out of man's heart. Thanks for the ride, Rick.
No! No!
Something the matter, sir? You wouldn't be putting people in matrices, would you?
What?
Because that's something you should never do.
Seriously, Morty? You're that uncreative?
Who's Morty? Is that someone you put in a matrix?
Oh, yes!
You shouldn't put people in matrices.
Uh-huh. What the f... Oh. Matrix my ass! Wubba lubba dub dub!
Check this out. We were holed up with nothing but these old Nokia 3.5s. Had to use a little something we called the Reg Rock. Try her out.
Charger spelled backwards. Cute. What's it?
What's this junk?
An ender pearl. Teleports you to wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only one I...
What's this junk?
An ender pearl.
You with the six-pack, you're in. You with the Ben Affleck chin and the Matt Damon everything else, you're in. In your dreams.
Oh, come on, I've had a rough day.
This is a nightclub, not a John F. Kennedy cabinet meeting.
Can I have a scotch and water? Business is slow, huh?
Yeah. Frankly, I'm surprised you're not across the street, where they drink for fun.
They won't let me in. Listen, what if I helped you turn this bar into a hangout for guys like me?
Whoa. No offense, but I just ain't comfortable hanging around all night with swish kebabs.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Mo! 2 more for me and my buddy!
That was my grandmother's wedding urinal! All right, that's it. We are changing this place up.
Huh?
Look, I have turned this bar into every other kind of bar, and it never worked. Total disaster, a complete bomb, utter failure. So what do you say? Hey, there's nothing against it in the Bible.
Nothing against that. No.
You would...
You know how we do.
Free drinks now.
You know how we do.
Free drinks now.
You know how we do.
Free drinks now.
You know how...
Want to see something cool? This is a Siemens push button. It's one of the family of switches that require super secret electromagician knowledge to work with. Because they're as common as my credit score, most people are as comfortable with a collar arrangement as a well-trained sub. But once you go from threaded rings to twiddly things, the game changes, and that's the kind of curveball that can stop you in your tracks for half an hour. So here's the secret to saving your ass when you come across one of these. Loosen this screw here, just fingertip pressure. It doesn't unscrew all the way. Once the pressure is off and you can feel the thing wiggle, slide this curved piece towards the middle and the front will come right out. It's just a spring-loaded cam lock, but it makes for one hell of a head scratcher if you've never seen it before. I gotta give them credit though. I do like this mounting system. It's genuinely elegant, and that's pretty cool. Want to see something cool? This is a Siemens push button. It's one of the family of switches that require super...
The wolf you feed is the life you lead.
I do return that, please.
We need you to sign a form as it is a high-ticket item, so follow me and I'll get you your refund ASAP. You won't mind if I open this?
It's your space.
Whoa, it's a good thing I'm returning that. You guys should file a complaint with the company.
Listen, it's obvious you've been doing this for a while. You've got even weight distribution with the rocks, noise dampening padding, industrial shrink wrap.
You're impressed?
Hardly.
Well, it's a shame I'm innocent, because I would love to impress a woman like you.
Flirting with me to get out of trouble.
No, I'm flirting with you to get into trouble.
What can you do to ugly me up?
Why do you want to look bad?
I have a scammer in custody and I need him to confess, but he's into me and it's just gonna make everything go wrong.
He's already seen you.
We have to do something. It's starting to get very steamy in there.
You like him?
No.
Is he hot?
Yes.
I was trying to seduce you into letting me off. You're willing to let all that go?
You're a thief.
Your whole job is preventing risk. What if you took one?
Okay.
So how about dinner?
Dinner it is. And breakfast.
Thanks for taking a chance on me.
Had to follow my heart.
No, are you kidding me?
I had no choice. I'll wait for you.
I'd like to return that, please.
We need you to sign a form as it is a high-ticket item.
How I transformed a yard from outdated rock to brand new mulch. First, we had to take out all of the old rock, which honestly, it pretty much sucked. It was super hot outside, and the old fabric kept getting in the way of trying to grab the rocks, but we managed.
What does that look like to you?
Like a burnt steak.
It's like a huge raisin.
No, what is that?
That looks lovely.
This is brisket.
Oh my word, just look at the juice coming out when you're just cutting
It is slow cooked for over 16 hours.
Yeah, I'd rather go Mackey's.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, look at that.
Oh my days.
Is that fat?
It is, but that fat, it's not like steak fat, right, where it's a bit chewy and you might want to cut it off. It is rendered down, so it's all soft and melting.
It melts in your mouth.
Are you lying? He's not lying. That was amazing. My mouth's mesmerized.
Your mouth is mesmerized.
That's lovely.
I've literally never tasted anything like it. It's like steak times 1,000.
Those fatty parts makes it so much better.
Why don't we have this in like the UK? I don't think anyone's that patient to wait 16 hours.
You did say I'd rather have a Macca's. Is that still your opinion?
Macca's can never. No, I would definitely go this.
What does that look like to you?
Like a burnt steak. It's like a huge raisin. No, what is
Give you $100,000, I want 50%.
I mean, if I gave you 50% of my company, right, it would be doomed from that moment.
Why?
Because I need equity to play around with so I can raise more money if I need to. 50% is not...
there a better partner than me? Is there?
20%.
No! You have a high probability of making money versus you walk out the door without a deal and you are so dead to me, I won't even remember this thing.
I'm willing to negotiate, but I need to keep some equity.
You're
A,
right.
for myself, because I should have the
That's
majority.
business school 101.
And B, so I can go and raise the other 100,000. I have interested people in the other 100,000.
Kevin, are you stuck at the 50%?
I said at the beginning, Robert, I have no flexibility.
Then give him 200,000 or 250,000.
No,
So
maybe I'll go in on that route. Maybe I'll put more money into it.
Yeah,
but
now
I'm
he owns
starting...
less than 50%. It's not his company anymore. That's his point.
Cry me a river, Mark.
I'll give you $100,000 for 25%, contingent that you raise the other 100.
Yeah.
Done.
Give you
All Trisha's got to do now is take one sip and she'll blow it out of all 3 holes right here in front of everyone.
No one take out Irene!
I don't think I can do this. Well, this stuff's already in her drink. Mama, Trisha, no! Where'd you get these? Oh, I see the guy. Ah, crap, this thing was a rental. Here's your tux back, bye.
Let me see your identification.
Babe, what's your favorite toy?
I got it really loud. This is my boyfriend. Oh. Yeah. He's married, but this is my boyfriend. Oh. Yeah. He's married, but we can be friends.
Say yes, queen. Yes.
This is my boyfriend. Oh. Yeah. He's married, but we can be friends.
Say yes, queen. Yes. Yes. That's what's yes. Yes, girl.
Thank you.
puede ser! ¡Lo veo y no lo creo! Y era una tarragada porque andábamos gustosos, no lo podía...
It's a Star Wars DVD, and what I found is that if you put the DVD like this, now when I hit this DVD here, I have this really cool snare drum happening. And then I can instantly add some drums on top because it's just one hand. Then I already hear more or less the idea that this should be a march. And then I was thinking, okay, but I need notes, I need theme, I need A, B, I need development. And that's when I see that, okay, not a single open string is available. I can only fret strings. So fretting works. I can strum. And I can tap. That's all what I can do. That's really it. It's such a huge limitation. You cannot just play the guitar normally when you have things like that. And I literally spend a couple of hours just walking around the house, trying forks and knives and everything. But you never know what would work. It's a Star Wars DVD, and what I found.
I'm looking for Mark. What's this about? You must be his housekeeper. No, I'm his wife, Kate. Is this some kind of strippergram or something? No. You know, I have the wrong address. I'm looking for a different Mark.
Hi. I met you on Friday.
Yep, I remember.
Well, I found your number in my husband's phone. I thought maybe we could talk.
If you have any questions about your husband, you should ask him.
Well, I would, but I'm pretty sure he's lying to me and sleeping with you. Am I right?
Hi, Mark.
Oh. I want a divorce, Mark.
Don't do this, Kate. I love you.
It's too late for that.
What is this?
Divorce papers. And that number at the bottom is your joint net worth.
Well, why does it say 0?
You mean the money you stole from Service Circuit?
I'm the CEO of several companies, actually. But sadly, I had to empty those accounts, so you're broke.
That's my money! No!
Testing. With this in here, I have no idea how to shoot good video out of that. So I opted with the JSON approach. As I said, this is working quite well, and we'll leave that on here for comparability's sake. In terms of the prints, I already showed this shortly for a 3 minutes 24 Banshee. This is looking pretty nice. As you can see, overhangs are pretty crisp for that speed. Outer wall appearance is pretty dope, actually. I haven't seen it that good. That may be because everything is reassembled good. As you can see, I had some very small shims in here, and also I experimented with coating all the surfaces, the glass on the bottom side as well as the granite, with some PTFE spray. And that seems to be helping quite a lot with friction. So my very outdated input shaper profile seems to be a very good fit for that. The second print I've made beforehand is I modified my speed tower again, for those that haven't seen that. It starts at 100 millimeters a second right here at the bottom, and then in 15 increments it works its way up to 1500 millimeters per second printing speed. And this is my scale to it. And as you can see, with this kind of filament and layer times, this is 6 seconds at the bottom and 0.5 seconds at the top. we managed to print all the way to 1400 millimeters a second, which is quite impressive. And have a look at the surfaces generated here, all the way from, let's say, 5 to 600. Below that you can see some artifact, but then again, this printer has never been designed to run 3-digit speed values. So everything here above 500-600 is looking pretty damn fine. Have a look here at first layer. So if this thing, and I will put a short clip here. If this thing doesn't fly off, well, bad adhesion is okay. So what we're going to do next, we're going to go over the line of filaments I have lined up here. And we're going to try to conduct these both tests to put it in perspective. And yeah, filament testing, if done properly, takes a huge amount of time to get everything dialed in. Expected. PLA and PETG usually don't bond with each other very well. I've used that principle here a number of times as a support material. But then again, this seems to be quite solid. It detached here. You can also have a look inside. The PLA is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, this isn't like the thing I'm after. But what you can see is what kind of potential we have in this technology. And somehow with this test, I want to spark your creativity down in the comment sections. Basically, we can build our own filament now. Composite materials, combining the best from all filaments. Right now, my mixing or core extrusion isn't perfect because the hot end isn't designed to do that. I've just found that out when I was doing multicolor tests a few.
Hello, police department. Step out. Step out, dude.
All this started when the police drove by the hotel and ran the plates of a car, which was registered to Marina Perez, who had warrants for robbery. While Mrs. Perez was arrested willfully, what unfolded was anything but peaceful.
Hi, Marina. Hey. I'm Officer Coronado. I need you to step out right now. Okay. So right now you're showing that you have a felony warrant. Okay. Okay? Okay. So right now you're being detained, okay? We'll get you a shirt, cover you up.
At this moment, the officer sees something suspicious.
I'll just confirm the warrant. If it confirms, you're going to get booked for it. If it doesn't, I'll release you and you can go back to me.
I mean, I have paraphernalia.
Yeah,
I'm just
I know. But with the way he's acting, we're going to...
Can we please, I stepped out.
No, I got you. It's just, at this point, we see the paraphernalia, so he has to be ID'd as well.
Okay, right now you're being detained. The reason you're being detained is for drug paraphernalia, okay? So you have to ID yourself. If you cannot ID yourself, you're going to be placed under arrest. We're going to ID.
I just don't want to make it worse.
Step out. See the gun.
Hey, but
Step out.
Step out, dude.
There's a gun. I do not feel safe with you in there. You're not free to leave.
She really doesn't want the police in the room, and he took off running. You'll see soon what they were hiding, but first they need to catch him. Can you guess what the police used to locate the suspect? Do you agree with what the suspect says at the end? Is he right?
Is he on his back?
Yeah.
What charges do we have? Oh, we have possession. A bunch of drugs. We have. I got a rifle.
Albuquerque police! I got commands. Face away from me, bro! Stop! Grab the top of your shirt, spin in a circle, do it now!
Grab the top of your shirt, bro. Pull up, pull up, pull up. I want to see your waist. Spin. You don't have to do that. You have to identify you first properly. If you have a gripe, face away from me, bro. Stop. Grab the top of your shirt. Spin in a circle. Do it now. Grab the top of your shirt, bro. Pull up, pull up, pull up. I want to see your waist. Spin. You don't have to do that. You have to identify you first properly. If you have a gripe with the original officers.
Okay, sorry about that, you're right. But I don't want to ask no questions because I'm being detained.
Okay, so listen. Right now you're under arrest.
For what?
Resisting and evading. On foot.
Resisting and evading? I never did anything wrong.
Xavier.
To be detained.
Okay, listen to me. If you don't give us your name, we either take you to get fingerprinted. If you've been to NBC before, we'll find out that way. But
why you do it that way?
You're going to get extra charges, bro, because we add an extra charge.
For what?
Concealing identity.
I'm not concealing no identity. Right here, right now. At first, I was not doing a single thing for you guys to question me for anything that's going on. You guys stepped into my room. I asked to be stepped out. This guy stepped his foot in my way. He was in my way. I was in his way. He was in my way. He's harassing me, bro.
So here's the thing in question.
After getting a warrant and searching the room, the officers found $47,000 cash and $1 million worth of various drugs.
Hello, police department.
Step out, dude.
All this started when the police drove by the hotel and ran the plates of a car, which was registered to Marina Perez, who had warrants for robbery. While Mrs. Perez was arrested willfully, what unfolded was anything but peaceful.
Hi, Marina. Hey, I'm Officer Coronado. I need you to step out right now. Okay. So right now you're showing that you have a felony warrant.
Excuse me, I'm building my own home security system. Where do you keep your turrets? For like a Browning 50 cal?
Yeah, we don't... Hey Dad, I just want to know what the difference is between a jeweler and a blacksmith.
Metal. This is an anvil, which you see blacksmiths use. Yes. The main difference, this is a jeweler's anvil. Occasionally we need a real flat surface to be hammering on or shaping on. But a blacksmith works with steel. Jeweler tends to work with precious metals like silver, gold, and platinum. Very, very different metals. They respond very differently. For example, when a blacksmith wants to harden a knife, they'll heat it and quench it, and that makes the steel harder and harder. In silver and precious metals, if you anneal it and quench it, it makes the metal softer. Oftentimes, though, they will heat steel in like coal and use bellows to keep blowing air to get that as hot as possible to heat it there. And then they take it out and the steel kind of holds the heat, and then they'll hammer on it to shape it. Where in jewelry, we more grind shapes. We'll hammer stuff, but not when it's hot. We'll hammer it after it's annealed and it's been softened. There's some very big differences.
That's amazing.
So good at this.
Amazing.
I know, look at your points.
You have absolutely mastered this game.
Sheila left. I've been spending a lot of time playing the game. Excuse me, everyone?
Oh, he still has the sensors on.
And that's funny. What is he doing? Is he on his knees?
He's probably looking for...
No, look, he's crying.
Craig, buddy! You all right up there?
Oh, yeah, I'm coming right out.
Hey, man. You all right? Yes. It's just my sinuses are acting up. Yeah. You know, I was just thinking about Sheila. I am totally over her. Oh. I forgot to get rid of this picture of Sheila. Excuse me.
Hey, maybe leave the sensors so one of us can play.
He's dancing with a photo.
You know what? I'm going to turn this off because we don't need to.
Change it and you die. He's undoing his buckle. Look at this. His pants are coming off.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. He's totally flat on the bed. Ugh. That's his foot, isn't it? Is that his foot?
And coming back. Whew. I am sorry, everybody. Would you like me to make some snacks?
Wash your hands first. That's amazing.
So good at this.
Amazing.
I know, look at your points.
You have absolutely mastered this game.
Sheila left. I've been spending a lot of time.
What if I told you there's a special edition Game Boy Advance? I know exactly where it is. It's complete in box, but the person's negotiable.
Take me there.
Angelo has one right up there. I don't know if you can see it on the shelf.
This guy just brought me over here because I did not realize you have that.
Oh, yeah.
The Nintendo edition.
Yeah. You want
can
to
I
take
look
a peek
at it?
That? Yes.
Yeah. I think this is only 001.
It is only 001.
I think so. What's the best you can do on it, man?
275.
Can't argue there.
Deal? Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What if I told you there's a special edition Game Boy Advance? I know exactly where it is. It's complete in box, but the person's negotiable.
Take me there.
Angelo has one right up there. I don't know if you can see it on the shelf.
Remember, when the tube opens, say, "Welcome to the world of tomorrow!"
Hello? Hey, I was frozen. I think I know what people want to hear when they first wake up. Bathroom's that way. So, while you're on the probulator, tell me what brings you to the future.
Oh, well, I wanted to meet Shakespeare, and I figured that time was cyclical.
Nope, straight line. Ah, the probulator's done.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Oh, wait, it hasn't started yet.
Welcome to the future, human slave! Relax, chum. I'm not really a giant fly. I'm a horrible robot! Kill all humans!
Dear God, he's having a heart attack!
They'll probably find a cure for that in the future.
We have a cure for it now!
Remember.
You money.
What you listening to, son?
If you hold a gun, and I hold a gun, we can talk about the law. If you hold a knife, and I hold a knife, we can talk about rules. If you come empty-handed, and I come empty-handed, we can talk about reason. But if you have a gun, and I only have a knife, then the truth lies in your hands. If you have a gun, and I have nothing, what you hold isn't just a weapon, it's my life. The concepts of law, rules, and morality only hold meaning when they are based on equality. The harsh truth of this world is that when money speaks, truth goes silent. And when power speaks, even money takes 3 steps back. Those who create the rules are often the first.
$6, 6.
I don't have any dough. Here.
No, sir, that's too much.
No, it's fine. Take that.
That's
it's fine.
senor.
No, take it. I don't like people handing me things. If you just drop that there, that'd be great.
Are you Iron Man? We believe in you.
Miss Potts.
Mr. Stark, he refuses.
I don't. It's fine. Got a minute?
No.
Come on, you just got off the phone. You're fine. 30 seconds.
29.
Okay,
28.
I was just driving over here, and I thought I was coming to basically apologize, but I'm not.
Oh, you didn't come here to apologize?
Look, that goes without saying, and I'm working on that. But I haven't been entirely upfront with you, and I just want to try to make good. I'm trying to get some. Do you know how short life is? And if I never got to express, and by the way, this is somewhat. Look, here's what I'm trying to say.
Can I help you?
Are you Emma Swan?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm your son.
Whoa, hey, kid. I don't have a son.
10 years ago, did you give up a baby for adoption? That was me.
I'm calling the cops.
And I'll tell them you kidnapped me.
And I'll believe you because I'm your birth mother.
Yep.
You're pretty good. But here's the thing. I can tell when anyone is lying. And you, kid, are.
Wait, please don't call the cops. Come home with me.
I'm sure your parents are worried sick about you.
I don't have parents. Get to Mom and she's evil.
Evil? It's a bit extreme.
That's just about 8 months. How do you feel?
I feel fine.
You don't feel angry?
Positively not a Reno.
How do you feel about me?
Pretty darn diddly doodly good.
Only problem with the treatment, you became unable to express any anger at all. You suppressed your rage for so long, it finally erupted as a massive public explosion. Is there any person who makes you particularly angry?
Dad Flanders, I mock your value system. You also appear foolish in the eyes of others.
Well, howdy, Homer.
How are we supposed to sell another 500,000 phones when we are already maxed on every network we are on? You guys will figure it out. How? If we put more phones on these networks, they're going to crash. Period. We are not allowed to sell more phones. Mike.
No, you don't worry about what's allowed. I say what's allowed.
This is impossible.
Well, what are we supposed to fucking do, Mike?
These guys can't do it.
You said they were the best engineers in the world. I said they're the best engineers in Canada. Well, okay, all right.
It's best we end our relationship with BlackBerry.
John, we're just getting started.
Jim, I'm serious. We're willing to take the hit on users and let them go crash somebody else's fucking network. It's over.
No. What's over is your bullshit limit of 500,000 users. We quadrupled it.
Okay, Jim.
Our engineers reprogrammed your towers. As of right now, Verizon is capable of carrying 2 million BlackBerries at the same time, and we've already sold half of those.
Bullshit.
Try me.
How are we supposed to...
Elegoo just recently sent me their Saturn IV...
Next.
Liquidated. Can you hold me?
Oh, okay. What the hell is going on?
She wants me to kill you.
What?
I'm sorry.
Em, I love you.
Confirming the kill.
Emma, what the hell is going on?
She wants me to kill you.
What?
It's a clean shot, no vitals. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. And play dead.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Em, I love you.
Hello there. Babe, hey, it's me. You can move. Hey.
You really shot me.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Does it hurt? Can you hold me?
Oh, okay. What the hell is going on?
She wants me to kill you.
What?
Why run away? Doctor, my wife is 7 months pregnant with a baby we didn't intend. My 15-year-old son has cerebral palsy.
On God, that's your lava.
Okay, your lava's right here.
So we can...
Everything all right?
No, it's not all right. This...
Whoa! Finally, after eons trapped inside the lamp, I am free! As a reward, my master, I shall grant you wishes 3.
I wish for the power to grant wishes.
Your wish is my command.
Huh?
You should have chosen your words more carefully, friend. For now, you are the chain of the lamp, and I am your master.
Darn you, foul trickster demon.
And for my first wish, I want to be free of this accursed lamp.
Your wish is my command.
What? Oh, God, where are my legs?
I simply gave you what you asked for.
Oh, you clever little shit. Look at that floppy thing. It's goddamn disgusting.
Maybe you should wish for some likes.
Whoa.